Welcome to Bloom with Bobbie, where women and men from all walks of life share their story. I'm Bobbie Hopson, and my guest today, she is a certified instrument flight instructor. She's also a veteran from the Army, where she was a military police officer. She's attending Liberty University, and she loves to cook. Please welcome my guest today, Carlin Bratcher. Hi, Carlin.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing quite well. How are you today?
I'm doing well. I'm doing really great.
If you've watched Bloom with Body for any length of time, you know that we usually ask our female guests to describe a particular blooming flower that best describe their characteristics. So,
hmm
Carlin, I don't know what it is, what your flower is, but you're going to tell us. So, what is your special flower that you kind of relate to?
I think the flower that I mostly relate to is a peony. The reason I chose that flower, it's bright. It's bloom when it blooms. It's extravagant. It has a great smell to it. A sweet smell. I think I'm a sweet person. The people that encounter me, I try to help them in any way that I can. And then I feel like they're warm. They give a warmness. Most people have them in a house. And then also I feel like they're passionate. When anything that I put to mind, I'm very passionate about it because I do want to accomplish things in my life, especially being passionate about my family and just other things that I just choose to do. I really take the time and put my all into it.
That's good. That's good. Tell us about the people that have made the biggest impact on your life or who has influenced your life to this point.
That would be my parents. My parents have definitely held my hand all the way from a child. And if you have time, I have a quick little story. My mom, when I was 16, she asked me to drive her car for her down to North Carolina. It broke down on the side of the road. She couldn't tow it. And she asked me to take a Greyhound down to Virginia and then drive the rest. And I was like, "Are you sure?" She was like, "Yeah, you can do it."
Wow.
And I let my dad know because I was staying with him at the time, and I got on the bus. And some things are meant for you. It was actually a guy that sat next to me. He said, "I know your parents." I was like, "Do you?" So he called my parents. He was like, "I'm gonna watch her all the way down here." Got down there, caught a cab to where she parked the car, got the keys, and drove all the way down. Now that was before GPS and everything, so that was just strictly off of reading signs. But they always believed in me, like you can do it, like you can do anything. When I tell them I passed my check rides, they was like, "Okay," and I want them to be more excited, but they were like, "We know you can do it." So they have been
Wow.
my biggest supporters in everything that I do.
That is a wonderful inspiration. Now, I know you are a flight instructor
hmm
at Luke Weathers Flight Academy. So tell me
hmm
about your role there. How does it work? About OPAC, OPAP, and all of that. Talk to us about that.
For sure. So before I got there, I did become a member of OBAP, Organization of Black Aerospace, and Luke Weathers Flight Academy is their school. So for OBAP, they do accept members. They try to help youth. They try to help professional pilots that's considering this career, and then they also give scholarships to the students at the school. So I also was a recipient. So Luke Weathers Flight Academy, that is named after Luke Weathers, Lieutenant Colonel Weathers. That he was the first Black African American to be a dispatcher in Memphis, and then he was also a Tuskegee Airman, and then he also received the key to the city of Memphis in 1945. So it's a lot of history there at the school. It's very diverse. I our directors, um, operations, and our manager, everybody is of color. We have female pilots, we have male pilots, and just a very diverse. And they try to get everybody in there um, that have experience. I can only speak for my experience. I did start at Liberty University, as you said in the beginning, And then I ended up coming there because I wasn't getting treated fairly at another school, which relates back to Luke Weathers. He wanted to come to Memphis to be a pilot. He wanted to fly, but was unable, so he had to fly in Alaska. But when he did return, the only job he can get was becoming a dispatcher. So that's what he ended up doing. And for myself, I started at another flight school, only Black female there, only Black person there, and I just was not getting progressed as I should, and ended up finding about OBAP, coming into Luke Weathers Flight Academy, and then within a year and 3 months, I became all the way up to CFI. And now I'm teaching, instructing. I do grounds, I do flights with my students, and I honestly would have never thought I would have got to this point. And I'm just seeing the progress in my students. I'm finding out like I really know the stuff that I need to know and moving to the directions that I need to.
I'm impressed. The reason I wanted to interview someone from Luke Weathers Flight Academy is because I saw a documentary on WKNO several months ago, and I was so moved by what I saw, what I heard, and I said, I hope I get the chance to interview someone from that academy. So I thank you so much for coming on. It is such a rich story that Luke
Mm-hmm.
Weathers has. So thank you so much. Now, tell us about the commitment that Luke Weathers Academy has made to the youth.
Right. So we do offer a few different programs. We have APIS, that's for different instructors, different pilots that are currently pilots, go out to different schools and let the youth know that you can become a pilot, because nobody is pilots in my family. I've never seen a pilot, never knew anything about it. I just knew I wanted to fly. I'm not afraid of heights, so I just knew I wanted to fly. So people go out there and make aviation known. That is a career, something that you can obtain. Then we have ACE Academy. ACE Academy is for younger students, and they get to explore, get to do discovery flights and things like that, and just dive a little bit deeper to see if this is what they want to do. And then we also have Solo Flight Academy every June or July. The reservations are open now if people want to sign up for it on opap.org. And for 2 weeks, the students, they come out from sunup to sundown. They are in the plane flying. We're not flying, they're flying. Then they get the ground knowledge on the ground, and then they're in a simulator. Of course, food is provided, and then they also get to stay for free in the hotel. This year, the Solo Flight Academy is sponsored completely. So if anybody want to sign up for that, they can.
What's the minimum age?
16 to 18.
Wow.
And they
That
can
is
do that for free this
16,
year.
18. And I
Mm-hmm.
know that Luke Weathers is a nonprofit organization, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
How can we, us, this audience, contribute, make donations to the Flight Academy?
So you can go
It's,
to obab.org. They do have places on there where you can donate if you want to be a sponsor or become a member, or you can come into Luke Weathers and talk to Captain Glenn or Captain Harrison. Those are the two directors, or Jamelia Taylor. She's the general manager, and they will be taking those donations as well. And if you guys need contact, you can get my email as well. It's carlin.bratcher@obap.org. And then you guys can email me and I can let them know as well.
and the Flight Academy, Luke Weathers, rather, is located in Olive Branch, Mississippi, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Olive Branch. Right. I went there, and like I said before, I am so impressed. I think it's such a wonderful program. I love what you do, what you offer. And so I'm telling
It's
you,
definitely been a
worth
journey.
supporting. I'm sorry.
It's definitely been a journey. I think it found it interesting that you said you seen that documentary. I was actually a private pilot on that documentary, and it's on
I saw it again
here.
today, and I said, there she is.
I came so
Yeah.
far, like, and you didn't even know you were gonna meet me, and now I'm.
No, I had no idea. No
Mm-hmm.
idea. Mm. So tell me about your younger self. You kind of told us a little bit about your past, but tell me about no, what would you tell your younger self?
What would I tell my younger self? I would tell my younger self to don't care what others think. Just continue doing what you're doing. I wouldn't change anything, but I would tell myself, do not think about what others think about you. Just continue doing what you're doing. It's going to get you a lot further, and it will keep those negative thoughts out your head. So I would just continue to encourage myself and tell myself that you're on the right path. At those times of my younger self, I had doubts. I'd be like, "Don't worry, you're doing exactly what you need to do, and continue to pray."
So where do you go from here? You on this wonderful journey. So where do you go from here? Where you headed?
So where I'm headed from here, I'm going to continue to work at the school, build my hours up to 1,500. So I need 1,500 hours until I can actually work at a regional. I'm going to be applying for a couple different regionals, probably SkyWest, probably Endeavor, PSA. I have a couple in mind. And then by August, September, I should be headed to the airlines by the end of fall.
Ah, all right. Well, let me tell you, you are making Women History Month look good. So
Yes,
happy
ma'am.
Women's History Month,
I
Carlin. I thank
give
you so
myself.
much for being on Bloom with Bobbie today. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much. I really appreciate it.
You're
And for
welcome.
everybody else, the women that think they can't do it, you definitely can. Because I every day I wake up, I'm like, Carlin, you're a pilot. Like you're really a pilot. I am, and it's possible.
Yeah, I think Luke Weathers tagline it says the Luke Weathers Academy. It says what dreams take wing. What
Mm-hmm.
dreams take wing.
Mm-hmm.
And you are living proof of that. Well, thank
Mm-hmm.
you again. And I thank you all for watching and continue to watch Bloom with Bobbie because you never know what you may hear and hear someone else's story that may cause your story to end well. Until then, God bless.